in your house or office that you want to condition into your podcast studio where you can record video podcasts, audio-only podcasts, live stream, and look professional when you're meeting with clients? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how I transformed my home office into a podcast studio and multifunctional content space where I'll be recording my podcast content jefe, YouTube videos, and short clips for social media while still maintaining the functionality of my office. My hope is to get you inspired and give you a few ideas so you can start making some amazing content right there in your office. I'll share with you my thought process and steps when I take on a project like this for my clients, as well as the gear and equipment I choose for my office to make recording my podcast more efficient. Are you ready? Let's get to it. So let's unpack. I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man helping me. Whether I'm working with a client remotely or in person, the first thing I do when I'm designing their podcast and content studio is to set up a meeting so they can tell me the specific goals they have in mind for the room and whether they'll be using the room for other purposes. So I ask them questions about the type of content they want to record and how frequently, whether they'll be recording solo or with other people, or if the space will be used for clients to record content, like in the case of marketing agencies where they need to have a room ready for clients to come and record audio and video content. So I am hiring myself. I'll be my own client for this project. So my main goal for my office is to record my video podcast, short social media content, YouTube videos, educational videos, and tutorials for my students. This is also a space I want to use to meet with clients, so I wanted to reflect a lot of my personality. I already have some nice pieces of furniture and some decor that go with the vibe I want for my studio, which is chic, relaxed, and a little bohemian. I want people to feel like they're right there in the room with me. We also installed some cool barn doors for more privacy because this room used to be an open space and I don't want to be interrupted in the middle of me recording my content. Hey there. We're recording B-roll for a video.
Which means you might appear on YouTube.
No, that's okay. So say hi.
Say hi to YouTube.
Oh my God. The second thing I do is to create a floor plan for the studio where I can visualize the space and what's in it, like existing furniture, or if the space is empty, what kind of furniture do I need for the space, and also what kind of equipment I'm going to be adding to the space. So I created a scale floor plan and I started adding all of the pieces of furniture I have in my office, like my desk, my daybed, this little table with shelves, greenery, and this cute little lamp. I also used the diagram to add all of the gear I'll be adding to the space so I can have an idea of how everything is going to look before I purchase any gear. My clients love it when I create a blueprint for their podcast studios because it gives them an idea of how the space will look when it's done, the type of equipment they'll be using, and it also gives them the flexibility to move things around and change things before they make any significant investment. So let's start adding the gear I'll use in the diagram, and I'm going to start with my desk. The camera I'll be using is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam. The Logitech.
I like Logi.
I was skeptical about this camera, but the webcam technology has improved dramatically in the last few years. And with a camera like this, you can get a clear, detailed, not pixelated quality image. Another thing I like is that it has a wide field of view, so you can see a lot more of the room behind me, making my office look way bigger than it is. The Logitech Brio is very easy to use. You just have to plug it into your computer and it's ready to go. Now for sound, I'll be using the Shure MV7. I love the MV7 because it is a great quality microphone and it's easy to use. You just plug it into your computer and you're good to go. It's a USB microphone. I also... ¿Quiere agua? I have agua.
Yeah.
The camera guy needs my agua.
Please.
I also want to add a mic desk clamp because I don't want to be holding the microphone. It's not that I'm lazy, but I like to use my hands when I talk. Come on, everybody. Oh, looks sexy. This is a good looking desk clamp. I've tried different desk clamps, and this one is my favorite. This is the Elgato low profile desk clamp microphone stand. What I like about this desk clamp is that it doesn't get in the way of the shot, and I can freely move my hands when I'm talking. I can move it around, I can adjust it. I love this microphone stand. And don't worry, I'll leave the link in the description for this desk clamp and all of the other equipment I am mentioning in this video. You're welcome. And even though I will have a lot of natural light coming through the windows during the day, I clamp this little ring light to my monitor to have consistent light when I'm recording. Here to the left, I have another ring light with an attachment for my iPhone, which I use to record vertical videos for social media, and time-lapse videos, and behind the scenes when I'm working at my desk. Here on my desk, I also have the Sony ZV-1, which I will be using to record better quality vertical videos for social media as well. I love having the convenience of having this equipment here. Sometimes I'm working on a project and I have an idea or a thought I want to record in the moment. And it used to be like I have to go get all the equipment set up, all the lighting, but now this is here ready for me to record. Now, this isn't the way I want to record my podcast. This just doesn't make it for a good shot. And I also want to record my podcast and my YouTube videos with a better quality camera and a lens. And I would also like to have better lighting. So for this, I'll be using my video podcast studio on wheels. I saw this in one of Omar El Tracory videos, and I thought it was a genius idea because you can wheel the entire thing from one corner of the room to the other one until you find the right shot for you. Thank you, Omar. So what is this contraption? Well, let's look at it. First, we have this heavy-duty tripod stand, which is on wheels or casters. When you get this big thing out of the box, you just have to take everything out of the package and then screw the casters in place. Okay, are you the camera person or are you doing this? Like, what's your role? Stop, I'm going at my own pace. And you can do this if you just got a mani-pedi, okay? How do you, oh. Then you loosen the screw at the base and pull the center rod up while pushing the three legs down like an umbrella. I found it easiest to lift it so I could reach the screw at the base and retighten it. Mira, because I've been lifting the weights. Otherwise, I would be collapsing here. Mira, no te metiste. You didn't intervene at all.
Let me try it.
You let me struggle. And I learned, you don't need a man. The tripod is adjustable so you can make it as high and low as you want. The next step is to install the studio light on top. I chose the Amaran 100D with the Aperture Lantern softbox to diffuse and soften the light and disperse the light so it doesn't create any harsh shadows. Oh, this is the light. So here's the lantern for the light. For this, we want to loosen this thingy-majingy that looks like a screw.
And just push down on it. That's kind of nice that it came ready for you to push. You just want to make sure those teeth go in.
Ooh. Look.
Uh-oh. You didn't tighten it enough. It got sad.
Mira. Mira, and let's plug it in. Yeah, let's just raise this. Ay. To attach the camera to the stand, I'm using this Limo Studio heavy-duty clamp. This clamp can hold up to 40 pounds of weight, so it can support the weight of the camera. Then we attach this Impact 6-inch extension arm to the clamp. We do this by loosening up this screw and pressing the button underneath. Then we secure the arm tight so things are not wobbly. Then we loosen this screw so we can insert this brassy looking spigot all the way into the hole, leaving the thicker part of the spigot out. And finally, we attach the ball head extension to this so we can mount our camera. The camera I'm using is the Sony ZV-E10 with the Sigma 16mm lens. Because my office is small, I want to use a wide-angle lens to make my office look more spacious. I'm also using this lens so I can sit closer to the camera and so my computer and microphone are within arm's reach and I don't have to leave my seat to press record. And the last touch for this is Elgato Prompter. This is the best piece of equipment I've ever purchased and I own. It's very light, so you can attach it to the camera lens It comes with different attachments for different situations. Here I'm placing this attachment to the lens, and then I slide the teleprompter in place. Then I plug the teleprompter into my computer. And check this out. Elgato Prompter acts as a display extension, so I'm able to drag things from my computer. I can drag my scripts, my outlines. I can even drag Riverside into the teleprompter, which allows me to look straight to the guest and into the camera. Get Elgato Prompter. It will make your content creation a lot easier. You can find the link for Elgato Prompter and all of the gear that I'm mentioning here in the description below. And here it is. This is a really cool shot for my video podcast. And what I love about this is that I can pull my microphone, I can reach my computer, and I look amazing. These two lights are the Aperture Mini LED tube light and the Aperture Accent B7C LED light bulb. I'm using these lights instead of regular lights so I can control the color temperature of my scene. But even more than the color balance, I just love that I can dim these lights and that they can both be battery operated. Now, this type of setup only works if you're recording your video podcast and content solo or remotely. But if you're recording with a co-host or a guest on location, you need a different setup and different equipment. You can either have a multi-cam setup or use just one camera and let your editor do the camera switch in post-production. Click here to find out how to put together a two-person, one-camera video podcast setup.